Hello, this is Susie from Alabaster Flask, and I am sharing with you the last of my Christmas journals that are going to be shipped in a couple of days, and I'm very excited to share this one as it's for another very dear friend. She's helped me so much, and I'm so very grateful. This one is made from a kit from ThePaperCameo called Pretty Christmas, and it's has other elements in it, but that's one of the prime ones. There's a little vintage earring that I found at the flea market last week, and I knew it would be perfect for this. Tied with a piece of cotton linen, oddly enough. It's a fabric that is, or maybe it's satin linen. I'm not sure what it is. Anyways, it's got a slight sheen on one side and very nubbly on the other. Fabric we used to carry, but had to sadly stop dealing with that vendor. So, oh well. This little doily reminded me so much of a snowflake, which was why I included it on the outside of the journal. And if she wants to use it for something else and repurpose it, that's perfectly fine with me. I just thought it was so lovely on this. So here is the journal, a digital on a piece of tea-dyed or coffee-dyed, very heavy parchment. This is some of the wonderful digitals that are available in that kit from ThePaperCameo. These are from separate kits, which I will list below. Pieces of antique lace, little bits cut out from antique lace. And inside here is a lovely little girl from one of Lorna Taylor's kits. I believe they were vintage children Christmas photos. So this one actually is not antique. It's a French lace, cotton, very, very fine quality. This came out of another kit of digital laces. That will be in the link below as well. Just gorgeous, gorgeous laces that this artist scanned and did them in several colors, I believe. This was from the pink kit. More from Pretty Christmas, I believe. A little piece of German Dresden trim and a little stamp from another kit. This is printed on a piece of vintage paper, as I believe these were as well. They just have a really marvelous texture and sort of a translucent quality to them that it just doesn't look the same when it's printed on regular paper. This one I printed, I think, on a piece of parchment and double-sided it with something that I think came from that kit. Piece from a small book, vintage book on A Christmas Carol. Another of Lorna's images from TaylorMadeJournals. These, I'm not recalling immediately where they came from, but all will be listed below. Little cutouts from other various Christmas kits. This is from Vintage Cabinet Cards from MusingsbyNikki. And these, I can't remember where they came from, but they will be listed below. And I gilt the edges of those with gold leaf paint, which I believe is here somewhere. It's a very, very old bottle that I had in with my craft supplies. I believe it may have even been my mother's, but it still works. And it's not easy to apply, but it really does have a beautiful color gold to it. It's almost a coppery gold. More antique lace on this, the pocket that I made. I kind of left it like that because I loved it. It was just gave it a little added element. These came from various kits as well, just these little pieces of ephemera. Postcard, little fold-out that I created from this digital. So again, I will find those and list them. This is a piece of Dresden trim. I've had this for many, many years. I just love these. They're made on the same presses, I believe, that they made them on in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And they can still be found, although they're rather expensive now. But I loved this frame and thought it was perfect for this little girl who also came out of Lorna Taylor's vintage Christmas photographs. This was printed. I think that you can see this paper. You can see what the quality is like. It's just marvelous. More vintage lace. A little envelope that came from the Pretty Christmas kit. I love the way she does her envelopes. They're just charming. And they've got that sort of Baroque-ish feel to them. This came out of another kit and another kit. Pretty Christmas, antique lace, more pieces of ephemera. This one I edged in the gold paint again. That's 2 pieces joined together, as is this. This came out of her, I believe it may have been the Ave Maria or Angels Christmas kit from ThePaperCameo, as did this. Came out of another one of the kits. This is vintage lace, not antique. And this came out of, I believe, Ruby and Pearl's kit, one of her Christmas kits. And another of those marvelous laces. This is from probably the Ave Maria kit from ThePaperCameo. Another one of those envelopes. I do them in all different sizes. And they come with these charming little pieces that you can cut out, fussy cut, and use them as little faux wax stickers. I just love them, and I gilded all the edges of that one as well. This probably was a cuff at some point in time from an antique garment. More digital lace. And more digital lace. This is my favorite one. Look at the beautiful pink color in that one. I think she will like it. And I've used this in almost every Christmas journal I did. I printed it on vellum this time, tied with a cord in a sort of a blush peach color, and finished with pieces that came off of a vintage pearl necklace. And that's another of Lorna's images. And the outer frame will be listed below. More ephemera. This was actually a tag, and I just folded it up to make a little fold over envelope. Another of the, you can see all the different sizes I did in these. These are just, they're so beautiful. The kit was just lovely. All the kits were lovely. This came out of another kit. I was going to make a pocket out of it and decided instead to make a little, just a journaling space. And this just backed with a piece of cardstock for more journaling space. It's a piece of vintage lace with an antique cutout and more little bits of cutouts. And more of the digital lace. And more antique lace. An antique piece of eyelet. More little antique cutouts. And again, those frames with those darling little Lorna Taylor images. Look at her face. Oh my gosh, she's just so sweet. She almost makes you want to cry and run and get her a present. Then this was part of these were all parts of the kit. This is indeed antique lace. It's not a new one. I don't know that it's crocheted, but if it is, it's extremely fine and very beautiful. This came out of a different kit. This came out of another of ThePaperCameo's kits, I believe. It may have been, it is one of the Christmas ones, I just can't recall. And then another from the kit. This, I'm not sure where this image came from, but I just loved it in the way the colors all blended. And then a Happy New Year postcard, just a digital, it's not an original. And then this, I have several of these pieces, and I don't know what they were. They were possibly used for cuffs or some type of embellishment, but they're just, the embroidery on them is so fine. I'm sure they were Swiss. And then some vintage gold scalloped lace. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, you probably will not see it until after Christmas, but may it continue your holiday spirit well past the holidays. And I'm hoping that everybody had or will have a wonderful Christmas, depending on when I can talk her into opening this. And we will see you soon, I hope. Please do continue to watch for more videos, and as I will be posting as I create. And consider subscribing if you want alerts. And you can contact me with any of your questions at the email listed in the description below. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye-bye.